All right, now we're turning to the next page in your math book. And this is the page we just did. So now we're on to page 182. And we have some hot air balloons over a little carousel. So it says to place a counter on each balloon. So you're going to take your counters that I gave you at home and you're going to place them on each balloon. All right, now after you've done that, you've placed the counters on each balloon, you're going to move these counters to the tens frame. So let's slide it down. I suppose we should probably take them down there to the bottom. So while I'm doing this, you go ahead and do it. I'm just sliding them down here. And look, we have the whole tens frame filled in. We have all of the tens frame filled in. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to draw these counters. So when I take one off, I'm going to draw it. All right, if you need to pause your video in order to get that done, go ahead and do that. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to open my book away here so that we can see. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a 10. They gave us the 10, so we're just going to trace over it. We start at the top, go straight down, start at the top, and go around. That 1 and a 0 is called a 10. And this is how you write the word 10. T-E-N spells 10. Now we're going to finish that page. If you haven't finished that page, make sure you finish it, and we're going to go over to the next page. Okay, now we're on to this page. This is page 183. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trace the number. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to come down, start at the top where that blue dot is, and come around. I just made a 10, and again, right here, there is the word 10. T-E-N, T-E-N, 10. That's the word 10, that's the number 10. All right, so you're gonna need 10 counters. You're gonna need to get your 10 counters that I sent home with you. Some of them are red and some of them are yellow. Or actually, I believe that they all have a yellow side and a red side. So go ahead and get those out. I'll give you a minute. You can pause the video while you get those. Okay, so now we are going to do what we have done many other times in math class, and we're going to see different ways that we can make the number 10. So we have red and yellow. Okay, so I've told you guys a few different ways you can do that. The first one, you can just take your counters and just stick them on with whatever you kind of have sitting there. So I'm just going to take mine and set them on here. Grab these ones. So I didn't plan for that. That just kind of happened. So I'm going to see how many red ones I have. So I'm going to count the red ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 red ones. So if you want to pause the video and make the exact same thing that I did here, you can pause the video. I know that I have 7 red ones. So I'm going to make a 7. I have 7 red ones. Leave it there so you can kind of look at it and see. All right, now I have, let's count the yellow ones. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 yellow ones. 3 yellow ones. So I have 7 red and 3 yellow, because I know that 7 plus 3 equals 10. The whole 10 frame is filled in. Now I've told you guys before when we've done this activity, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can do it like this. Like I just picked them randomly and figured that out. Now, if you know 2 numbers in your head that are going to equal 10, you can come up with those. Or if you would like to continue the video to see what I do, you can do it that way. It's totally up to you. So one of the things that we did before is I had you like pick up the little counters and kind of drop them down, flip them around. Oop, that one rolled away. And then I'm just going to put them in order here. So I'm going to group them. I have my red ones and I have my yellow ones. Okay, so I'm going to put the red ones on here. Okay, so I have my red ones on here. And now I'm going to put my yellow ones on. I don't want it to be like a pattern where it goes red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, or anything like that, because that's going to be really hard for you to see that there's two different numbers here. So we're going to look at this one. I'm going to count how many red. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 red. So I'm going to write a 6 on this line. Let's count how many yellows I have. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 yellows. 4 yellows. So I'm going to write a 4 on that line. So I know that 6 and 4 equals 10. I know that 7 and 3 equals 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. 3 plus 7 is 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. 4 plus 6 is 10. All right, so now I'm going to take my counters and I'm going to kind of move them around a little bit. Again, this is kind of by chance here. And I have my yellow ones and I have, oops, there's another yellow one. I'm going to separate them. So I have my yellows in a pile and my reds in a pile. So my yellows are in a pile, my reds are in a pile. So I'm going to put my reds on here because the red comes first when we're doing the problem down here. I'm going to slide my reds up here. No more reds. Those are just the ones in the book. And then I'm going to take my yellow. I'm going to slide my yellow up here. Okay. Now I'm going to count how many reds. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 reds. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 yellows. 6 yellows. Sorry, I'm looking through the screen of the phone, so it's kind of hard for me to go on the correct line. So I know that 7 plus 3 is 10, 6 plus 4 is 10, and 4 plus 6 is 10. Notice how these numbers are the same. They're only flip-flop with the colors. All right, there's one last one to do, so I want you to do it all on your own. I want you to pick up your counters, kind of flip them around, and put them up here and figure it out. Now listen, boys and girls, if you are someone who already knows like a certain way you want to do it, you can do that as well. But great job following along with that, boys and girls. So we are being told that we need to circle all of the sets of star stickers that belong to Michelle, and we're looking for the ones that are in sets of 10. Okay, so what I'm going to suggest that we do is we're going to count all the stars and we're going to write that number below it. So count all of these stars and write that number below it. Count the purple stars and write the number below it, and count the red stars and write the number below it. So I would like for you to pause this video while you count the number of stars for each one. And then we'll be back in a moment to go over them. Okay, so we are back and we're going to count them together and we're going to see if you counted correctly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 in the blue group. Let's count the orange group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 in the orange group. Let's count the purple group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 in the purple group. Make sure you make a 9 and not a P, because if you flip that around, that becomes a P. All right, now we're going to look at the orange group, or I'm sorry, the red group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 in the red group. So I believe the directions were to circle all the sets of star stickers that belong to Michelle, and Michelle's stickers are in groups of 10 in a set of 10. So wherever we see 10, we're going to circle that set. Is this a 10? Yes, it is. So we're going to circle that one. Is this a 10? Yes, it is. So we're going to circle that one. Is this a 10? No, it's not. So we're not going to circle that one. Is this a 10? Yes, it is. So we're going to circle that one. So those are all Michelle's stickers. Don't worry about doing number 5. I'm going to put an X over it. We're not going to worry about that. Now, boys and girls, we just did this activity, so we're going to hold off on this one today. I wanted to do it for today, but we're going to hold off, and I'm going to see if you can remember this when it comes time for Monday. We'll see if we can remember this on Monday. So that's all for math.